Hello everyone, my name is Leericle, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you 5 reasons why I believe Final Fantasy XIV is the best MMO. Keyword I believe. So this is saying why I believe. Okay, there we go. Okay, this is my opinion. So let's go ahead and get started. Number 5, the world. Okay, so the world. So what do I mean by the world? I'm talking about the graphics, the environment, the music, the sound effects, the animations, just the overall everything that's in the world, what makes the world, you know what I mean? The way the character, the way the art style is, you know, all of these things is what make up the world. Even the environments, it's just they add so much detail and depth into it. Even though it is instance based, it still looks and feels amazing, not only to the outside appearance of the world but also inside the dungeons. It looks fantastic, just the way the art style is in general. Also the animations, the little glowy effects on the weapons. This is a trailer that I made a while back. The way the animations look, you know, Japanese know how to do their animations, man. They go above and beyond with their animations of the spells and stuff like that. But I just wanted to showcase this trailer that I made a while back, just showing you the world basically. So, number 4, travel. Another thing I like about this game is the travel system. These aetheryte crystals here, you attune yourself to them and you can teleport anywhere, anytime. You have a teleport spell versus a Hearthstone, which even though you do kind of have a Hearthstone with the return spell, the teleportation spell is your main form of travel. So you can travel anywhere, anytime with a click of a button. You have to pay the fees versus like in World of Warcraft, you would have to physically travel on a griffin or like a bat to actually travel to that location. Even though World of Warcraft does have teleports in the home cities, this system is a lot more convenient and it saves a lot of time. Like, I feel like the system is better in general, and it's something that I do enjoy in Final Fantasy. It's like a quality of life feature that I've grown so accustomed to in this game. You have to attune yourself to the crystal. You just click on it and you attune yourself to it. And you have a whole system right here, a whole list based on what area you want to teleport. So you have a list of locations to teleport to. Yeah, I think the teleportation is such a one of the huge things that I've grown so accustomed to. I don't think I could play a MMO that doesn't have a system like this. Number 3, combat. So one of the end game areas that was in Shadowbringers is a place called Zadnor, and we're gonna go ahead and check it out here. So the best way to explain this area is, if you've ever played World of Warcraft, Mist of Pandaria, it's like that area where the end game area for Mist of Pandaria. I forgot what it was called, but you fight like monsters. You fight like high-level monsters in a group. I'll have to wait till I get into a group. So, okay, so for me to explain the battle system to full effect, okay, we have a group here. I was gonna say we're gonna wait till we get a group to show you an example real quick of the battle res. But we're gonna join this fate here. Oh, what the frick? I died! Let's see if they res me. Oh no, they're not gonna res me. They're in the critical engagement, dang it! Okay, hold on. Oh, see? The battle res. Here we go. That was the feature I wanted to show off to you guys. That's why I died. I didn't die because I was bad or anything. But, yeah, that's one of the things I like about this system of gameplay and combat, is that you can have battle reses in in the combat system. Like all healers can battle res. Even some of the DPS can also battle res, like the red mage and the summoner. So I think that's one of the things that I do like about this style of gameplay. Let's go ahead and heal up here. Just kill this boss here real quick. And even the way the combat is in general. Look at this. Look at what you have to avoid. And this is not even a boss. This is just a regular mob. Wait till you see the boss fights. Wait till you see the boss fights. Let me res that person here. I use swift cast and then raise for you can instantly res them. You can instantly res them. Normally the raise spell takes like 8 seconds-ish to cast, but if you use a lot of the healers have some of the casters will have a spell called swift cast, so you can instantly. It's like It's like a presence of mind for mages. So you can presence of mind and then instantly res your fallen teammate. And you can do this once every 60 seconds. So I love that about Final Fantasy. Like, versus like World of Warcraft, if you're dead, you're dead. You just gotta wait for the fight to end. In here, it's different. So one of the things I wanted to showcase here is the vulnerability stacks. If you look on the left side, I'll see if I can highlight it for you real quick. I don't know if you could see my mouse, but you see Vera Blood. He has he just got 3 stacks because he got a hit from the boss's attack. If you get hit from a boss's attack that you weren't supposed to get hit from, you will get something that's called a vulnerability stack, which increases the damage you receive. So if you get too many vulnerability stacks, then you will basically die. So this is kind of like a player friendly thing to have. So in case you mess up, it's okay because you'll just get a vulnerability stack. But if you mess up too much, then you're going to die. In this case, because the trial just released and these are all new players playing this for the first time, these players are not bad. So I want to clarify that. This is the first time this trial got released. You know, people are learning and, you know, they're not bad players. It's just it's their first time. They're inexperienced, I would say. So that's what that means. I love the vulnerability stack system because it gives you a chance. Normally the tanks will be able to survive it better than the DPS, but it makes it more fair and balanced, you know. It's okay to get hit by the boss, but if you get hit too many times, then it's a problem. So I love that style of system that they have with the vulnerability stacks. Another thing is, I kind of want to add this in here. Especially for the WoW players, a lot of the spells in this game get inspiration from World of Warcraft too, so you will feel comfortable in this game. Here's an example here. I'm a healer. The healers have a spell called Rescue. You can save partners from like an AoE spell. I think the priest has this in World of Warcraft only, but all the healers have that spell, by the way. There is some controversy where that spell might get removed because it's used for being toxic, but like pulling people into the AoE, or most people don't even like getting rescued. So I have a feeling that spell's gonna get removed, but just saying in general that there are spells that this game has that gets a lot of inspiration from WoW. So you will feel comfortable in this game. Like you will notice a few things that are very similar to WoW spells in a way, kind of. So one of the things that I do like about this game, the combat system, another element of gameplay is the limit break. Normally you'll see a bar up here that your party can level, and this is only
for one member in the party can use it. And it's not unique to yourself, it's unique to the party or to your raid, depending on how big your raid is. There's limit break 1. Each class has their own limit break. Limit break 1 and 2 are the same for most classes, but limit break 3 is unique for each class. So the caster class, it'll look like this. For 1 and 2, they look the same. But number 3 is unique to each class. This is going to be the black mage one. Limit break 3. And that's one of the things that I do like about this game. It is fun. Even it is kind of rare for you to get it, because most of the time the melee class is the one that gets to use it. But there are rare occasions where it is better for either the ranged DPS or the magic DPS to use it. And on the off chance where everybody's dead, the healer gets to use it. And there's a few trials where the tanks get to use it too. So, but majority of the time it's going to be melee DPS that uses the limit breaks. Number 2, the story. It's Final Fantasy. I mean, do I really have to tell you? Do I really have to explain this part? It's Final Fantasy, man. It's Final Fantasy. Okay, I'm gonna go a little bit into it. You guys should know by now, Final Fantasy stories are some of the best stories ever made for video games. It's the first game that made me cry with Final Fantasy VII. And the story in Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn, Heavensward, Shadowbringer, Stormblood, Shadowbringer, and even Endwalker. The story gets better and better with each expansion. Endwalker did not meet my expectations. It exceeded my expectations. I did not expect it to be this good. And I feel bad for anybody who did skip Endwalker, because Endwalker is freaking amazing. I'm telling you, Final Fantasy VII is my favorite game. Favorite game with the favorite story. I was questioning my new favorite game now. I think Endwalker might be my favorite Final Fantasy story. Like, I'm still kind of questioning it. I think Final Fantasy VII is still a little bit better, but Endwalker is so close. Like, I was questioning whether it's my favorite story or not. Like, that's how good this story is in Endwalker. It's intense. I love it. I shouldn't have to explain this part. The story is amazing. You're not going to be disappointed. If you love one Final Fantasy game, you're going to love Final Fantasy XIV. If you love just one, if you love any one of them, you will love Final Fantasy XIV. That's all I have to say for that. The story. Okay, so I'm going to give to you the number 1 reason why Final Fantasy XIV is one of the best MMOs of all time. And this specific reason is why I cannot play any other MMO that does not have this feature. I have gone so accustomed to this feature, I cannot live without it anymore. You know, in World of Warcraft, the BlizzCon is one of those things where, you know, how they say it, you think you do, but you don't. Well, this is one of those things where you think you don't, but you do. You actually want this thing in your game. So let's go ahead and share with you what it is. So the number 1 reason is alt characters. Alt classes are all on one character. Trade skills as you want on a character. You can have all the skills. You can have culinary, alchemist, weaver, leatherworker, goldsmith, armor, black, all the skills on one character, all the gathering skills on one character, all the tanks. You can do all the roles on one character. Every one of them you can do on each character. I can be a bard on this character. I can be a black mage on this character. I can be a tank, and I can be a healer. It's all on one character. Here's one of the reasons why this is such a good feature for an MMO specifically. A lot of these games, you will have things where you need to build up reputation, where you need to build up, you know, rankings. And for me, I was able to build up my character, my grand company, to Flame Captain. Imagine doing this on every single character that you have. Like on if your character classes were separate, you would have to grind this all back up by yourself. For other things, there are things called beast tribes. I haven't really been too much into it, but there's one that I worked on, the Anita. You have to raise up all the reputation on each character, which is super annoying. But Final Fantasy, you can do it. You don't have to worry about it. Once you complete it on one character, it's done. It's over. You don't have to regrind it, redo it again. The same thing with the quests. Like once you complete a quest on a character like this, if I were to complete this quest here, it would be done. I would never have to do this quest again, ever again, when I switch to other classes. So the quests are a one-time thing. You don't have to grind reputation. It's only a one-time thing. You don't have to grind for your rank. It's only a one-time thing. It respects and values your time. This is something that you want in an MMO. Like, I cannot live without this anymore. Any game that does not have this, I don't even want to touch it. I don't even want to play it. I'm so accustomed to this feature. I cannot live without it anymore. I cannot live without it. Oh, look, a sprout. And hopefully this will be you. Hopefully this guy, you see all these people, these sprouts? Hopefully you can join this game too, you know? And hopefully the reasons in here, hey, that guy looks like Sora. I like his little glamour there. Hopefully this can be you too, you know? A little sprout there. So these are the 5 reasons I wanted to share with you guys. Maybe there's some WoW players out there who are interested in playing this game and are still thinking about it and thinking like, oh, why should I try this game? Hopefully the reasons that I shared with you today maybe sparked an interest in trying out the game. I was a former WoW player too as well. I played in vanilla, but ever since I played this game, I just fell in love with it, man. So that's gonna be it for this video, guys. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.